Well, g'day everybody, and welcome back to Flight Simulator. As you can see, sitting in front of me is an Embraer 110P. This is a mod, some downloadable content from the Microsoft Store created by Nextgen Simulations. The 110 is actually it's quite the aircraft, to be honest. I think the first prototype was flown in October in 1968. It was designed by a French engineer named Max Holst under the supervision of Zires Silva, I think, for Brazilian aeronautical engineer. It was set by the project was set up and requested by the Brazilian Ministry of Aeronautics, and the idea was to create an aircraft that would be versatile and run passengers and cargo and a combination of two, but it needed to be civilian and for civilian and military use, so that it could be sort of like they have that versatility. We're flying the 110P1, the 110P, sorry, which is a dedicated commuter version of the aircraft. Now, it does come in the package does come with the 110P and two versions of the 110P1. The 110P1 is a quick change civil cargo passenger transport. So the 110P1, you can get a passenger version, and you can also get a dedicated cargo version, which obviously doesn't have the windows and has the cargo doors and stuff like that. But we are flying this one. We are doing a quick flight today, and our quick flight today is going to be from Adelaide Airport to across to Port Lincoln. It's about a 50-minute flight. It is an IFR flight, so we need IFR clearance. We are flying, I think it's 13,000 feet on this one, which is absolutely awesome. I am bringing more NeoFly out. I promise I'm bringing more NeoFly out, but at this point in time, no, not at the moment, because I'm trying to sort of build up a little bit of cash in it so that I can keep the series moving. So keep your eye out for that. So what we are going to do at this point in time is we are going to flick on our battery. Lovely. Battery is on. All right, we need our nav and anti-collision lights to go. There we go. To go on. Perfect. Beautiful. That should be okay. We will head down here. We will make sure that our props are set to full forward. Our throttle is in neutral, and our mixture is set to cut off. Let's bring on the left and the right pumps. Make sure that that is all set there to neutral. We've got our flight plan in here. Our flight plan is set up already, which I have done. All right, perfect. Okay, fire test. Yep, that's right. And fire test on the left is okay. We need to make sure that test our annunciator panel. Everything is okay there. Lovely. All right, flaps. At this point in time, I'm not going to, well, I will probably actually set the flaps to one stage anyway, because we're going to take off with one stage of flaps, which should be okay. All right, lovely. What I will do is I'll just drop that off. Park brake is set, as you can see. The autopilot is off. So we need to make sure that the autopilot is off as well. Okay, lovely. Generator goes on after the engine has started up, you silly Billy. We need to go, our ignition into our inertial separation needs to go on both engines. Inverters on, and we need to start up the left engine. All right, as you can see, everything is starting to fire up. As you guys are aware, as you guys are aware, I do love more than anything flying GA aircraft, but when I do fly bigger passenger flights, as opposed to flying the jets, which I can fly because I've flown a lot of them, but I like to fly these twin engine things like this and the twin otter and all that type of stuff. Okay, everything is stabilized there, as you can see with the RPM. Engine is stabilized. Let's bring in our mixture, and that will fire the engine up for us. Lovely. We'll let that settle. Oop. As you can see, just let it go up there and stabilize itself. Perfect. All right, nice. Very, very, very nice. We will throw everything else is okay right through there. Yes, it is. We did need to put our seatbelt and our no smoking signs on, which we should have done. We should have done first anyway, which is actually part of the checklist. Let's bring up the right engine, engine number 2. She'll start turning over. There it goes. All right, we will wait for that to stabilize as well. And once she has stabilized, everything there is good. Everything has settled down. Let's bring in full mixture, and that will fire that engine up as well. Lovely, lovely. All right, while we're waiting for that, what we're going to do is we're going to tune to Adelaide clearance. Actually, what we are going to do is tune to the ATIS first and see what's going on there.
Adelaide Airport information code 0000 Zulu. Wind 262 at tree. Visibility 9er. Sky condition clear. Temperature 15. Dew point 1 tree. Altimeter 29.902.
29.902 is set. Landing and departing runway 23. Okay, it says runway 5 in use, but 23 is the opposite end. Okay, perfect. I'm happy with that. All right, next thing that we need to do now is we need to tune to Adelaide clearance and request clearance for our IFR flight.
Delivery Trans-Brazil 112 tree ready to copy IFR clearance to Yankee Papa Lima Charlie.
Trans-Brazil 112 tree is cleared to Yankee Papa Lima Charlie Airport as follows.
12,000 feet, squawk 5563.
Departure frequency is 125.3 squawk 5563.
And ident, let's read that back.
Trans-Brazil 112 tree cleared to Yankee Papa Lima Charlie Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 2 tree climb and maintain 12,000 feet. Departure on 125.3 squawk 556 tree.
12,000 feet is set on the autopilot.
Tree readback correct. Contact ground on 121.7. Good day.
Good day, good day, lovely. Okay, so we've got all our clearance.
Ready to copy IFR clearance to Brisbane.
Let's just grab let's just tune to Adelaide ground now. Just hopefully nobody will be on that frequency. All right, lovely. Now it generator's on now that the aircraft is running. Now it says that you need to make sure that the in the checklist it says that you need to make sure that the start is on. Doesn't make too much sense to me, but I am going to leave it on. All right, beautiful, and the pumps are on. Everything is okay now. Normally in Adelaide Airport, we are on gate 50C, which is for this type of aircraft. The aircraft come in here and they basically do. You can see the terminal behind us. They basically do a U-turn and stop and shut down. Passengers get off. When they start up, they drive out forward. So unfortunately, Microsoft Flight Simulator has given us pushback stuff. So we're going to pretend that they're not there, and we're just going to drive out forwards like they would normally at Adelaide Airport. So just ignore that I'm doing that if you don't mind. Lovely, runway 23. Beautiful. Let's acknowledge that clearance.
660, hold position, caution,
Oh.
other traffic.
Let's just acknowledge that.
Taxiing hold short runway 2 tree using taxiway Tango for Tango Tree Lima Alpha 6 Bravo.
Taxi light is on. Everything else is ready to go. And for some reason, we have lost our avionics. I don't know why our avionics just shut down, but they did. All right, we're back up and running. I reckon it was because it left because we had to leave those start switches on. Okay, all right. I'm glad that we have sorted that out. Beautiful. Okay, so we've got our clearance now. So what we're going to basically do now is I'm going to bring this back up. How do I bring this back up? There we go. Lovely. All right, so that we've got that in front of us. Okay, let's pretend. Let us pretend that that all these people aren't standing in front of us. Let's bring the props down a little bit, and we will begin our taxi. Parking brakes off. There we go. Lovely. And we're, as I said, we're pretending that these guys aren't in there. So let's just fake that one. There we go. Lovely. All right, and we will taxi out to runway 23. There's the long-term car park there. Long stay car park. So normally if I fly out for work, I would park in there. Okay, and we are taxiing. Lovely. Let's just give it a little bit of that. Just need to keep our eye on our eye out for other traffic and stuff, although air traffic control do have us. So let's get this out. Let's get it up in the air. We will get into our climb, and then I'll probably skip. I'll probably skip a fair bit of the flight so that you guys can see us when we are ready to land. So yeah, absolutely awesome aircraft by Nextgen Simulations. Absolutely love it. I do have a couple of other aircraft that I have got, so we will be checking those out as well, guys, including my favourite twin-engine aircraft, the B2N Islander, which I absolutely adore. All right, beautiful. Everything is going really well. We are okay. We're just going to go down here. We're going to go on Tango 3 here. There we go. And we're going to cut the corner a little bit and dodge the lights in the yellow lines. I used to work at the airport in maintenance and for Adelaide Airport, and I painted half of these lines. Although they're a lot nicer, the ones that I painted, believe me, and a lot of the lines out there were the like the aircraft parking lines and stuff as well. So I did that. I did a lot of maintenance there, a lot of general maintenance. Went through all of the runway lights. I went through and numbered all of those with stickers so they could be identified. And the approach lights, I used to go out there and check all of the approach lights and make sure that the numbers were still on there. And I would have aircraft coming in. Air traffic controller would call me and say, yep, we've got an aircraft coming in. And I would lay down on my belly. This is just out here on 2-3. I would lay down on my belly and hold on tight to one of the lights, and I would have a 737 come in and land over the top of me. Absolutely awesome stuff. All right, we are going to turn our taxi lights off. We're going to turn our landing lights on. We're going to contact Tower. We're going to tune to Adelaide Tower. We're going to request our takeoff clearance.
Adelaide Tower, Trans-Brazil, 112 tree ready for departure, runway 2 tree IFR to Yankee Papa Lima, Charlie.
Trans-Brazil, 1123 altimeter, 29er.9er, 21262 at tree. Cleared for takeoff, runway 2 tree.
262 at 3. Lovely. Acknowledge our takeoff clearance.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 2 tree Trans-Brazil.
And off we go. Off we go. All right. Just double check. Everything is okay. They need to go into full. We are at one stage of flaps. Going to head out here. And we're probably going to do a rolling start, I think. Trim is set. Altimeter's set. Landing lights are on. Everything else is ready to go. Everything has been tested. Let's line up on runway 23. Just left of the center line. Again, just to save our tires a little bit. And off we go. Off we go, and this is my first flight in the Embraer for Flight Sim 2020. Okay, airspeed's active. Oh, she wants to pull over a little bit. There's some lights on the runway, and off we go. Okay, perfect positive rate, so we'll gear up. Trim the aircraft. Flaps up. Let the aircraft fly out and gear check. Gear is up. Perfect. Let's just keep our. We may get a couple of little glitches. Out we go, out we go. Alright, let's acknowledge that. Bring our throttle down a little bit.
Tree Trans Brazil 112 tree.
Tune to Melbourne Centre. Set our autopilot on, our altitude on, and our climb up. Let's bring our altitude up. Okay, so we are still climbing out. We are still climbing out to our required altitude. I could probably actually climb a little bit higher than this, a little bit faster than this, but that's okay. What we're doing is we're going over the coast here. We're going to go over this body of land, and then we've got some ocean to go over on the other side as well. But as you can see, everything is really, really well modelled in this. I really do like engage air inlet engine, or engage air. Yep. Okay, cool. I really do like this aircraft. I do like flying these things. They're sort of, you know, a little. They're hands-on, but not so hands-on as well. You know, once you get out and you start setting everything up and climb to the altitude that you're climbing to and stuff, then you are basically, you know, you sort of you're autopiloting it most of the way, even when you start your descent and stuff like that as well. So at the moment, as you can see, we have our nav on, we have the autopilot on as well. The autopilot's turned on, we've got our navigation set and is armed, we've got our flight director set as well. So everything's going well. So now it's a matter of sitting back, having a cup of coffee, and monitoring all of these engine temperatures and pressures and stuff, as well as monitoring our fuel. Because that is obviously something that's very, very important as well. So you can see the fuel pressure there. We've got our fuel flow here, and we've got our tanks here. So you can do crossfeed if you need to do crossfeed, but at the moment, no, we're not doing that. So everything else is going really, really well. Our transponder is on. Everything's good. Everything's working perfectly fine. I do wonder in this whether you can actually put the Bendix King on as well. At the moment it is off, and I think that it might just be a little bit of prettiness there for that. So there we go. We're nearly passing 9,000 feet now. But once we get to our 12,000 feet, we'll turn off our our landing lights there, and then as soon as we descend below that, we'll get back into it as well. So I might actually do.
Brazil 112 tree traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at 13,000 feet generic. Report them in sight.
Cannot see them.
Rex 439er7 traffic is 2 o'clock 3 miles at 9,300
There
feet.
they are. Right there.
Report them in sight.
Geez, they're not far above us, are they?
Trans-Brazil 112 tree, have the traffic.
Phew, they were pretty close actually.
Rex 439er7 traffic in sight.
They were very close. Very close. That was a Rex aircraft. Now, the airport that we're flying out to would normally, they would normally do flights from Adelaide Airport to Port Lincoln in this type of aircraft. Rex and Qantas do the flights. Rex and Qantas don't fly Embraers. There is one private aviation company that does. Rex usually fly Saab 2000s. Qantas usually fly Dash 8s to a lot of their locations and stuff. But you do see the Embraers doing some of these flights, but sort of more for the very, very smaller companies. So it's not unrealistic to fly one of these aircraft out as well. Lovely Microsoft glitches over there. That's Bing. That's what happens when you get data from Bing rather than Google. I didn't say that. I did not say that, did I? And as you can
Maintain 2,000 feet Rex 439er7.
and as you can see here, the aircraft is very well modelled. Very well modelled. It looks absolutely fantastic. I look forward to getting some. You certainly wouldn't see a Trans-Brazil livery on flying around in South Australia, but I thought we might fly this one because it actually appealed to me, the colours and everything. So, okay, beautiful. Let's acknowledge that.
Climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Trans-Brazil 112 tree.
Beautiful. All right. I will continue on with this, guys, and I will see you when we're maybe when we're leveled out or when we're approaching. I'm guessing. Okay, so we've just got our clearance. Acknowledge assigned approach. We're approaching runway
Maintain present heading
19.
altitude. Expect RNAV Zulu runway 19er approach via PLZND transition. Clear to PLZND Trans-Brazil 112 tree.
Lovely. Okay, so what we want to have a look at now is whereabouts are we exactly? There we go, Rogas there. Okay, beautiful. All right, perfect. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. All right, so we're to maintain our current heading, but we will be landing on runway 19. So what I might do is change that around to 19. I always like to do this so that I'm aware of exactly which runway I am landing on. It's just a reminder. Setting it in there is just a reminder. So, and everything else is going quite well. Everything else is going quite well. Passengers are happy. Everybody's happy. We're sitting at 13,000 feet. We probably will at some point in time. We're cruising at about 190 knots at the moment. We will probably at some point in time. We're going to need to start setting up everything ready for landing. So, okay, so I'm just setting up the approach. I've got the approach sitting in here for the RNAV 19 approach, and the transition is over this way. So I haven't got any clearance to start my approach as yet, but I wanted to be prepped and ready for that. So as you can see, we've been given we've been cleared for an RNAV Z runway 19 approach. So that will having all of that set in here is going to, and you can see the approach procedure right there. So we're going to come in and then we're going to turn around there. I'm not sure how they're going to vector me to PLZNA, but we will see. We will see. But I won't load and actually I will load that approach right now. Beautiful. I will load that approach, but I won't activate it. So. Okay, there's our descent clearance, 6,000 feet. Acknowledge that instruction.
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet, Trans-Brazil 112 tree.
I want to drop to 6,000 feet. I just want to bring that down a little bit and...
Brazil 112 tree, descend and maintain 3,600 feet.
And we want to head down. What did he just tell us then? 1,300 feet. 3,600. Okay.
Descend and maintain 3,600 feet, Trans-Brazil
3,600. Let's drop that down to 4,000 and bring that down to 600. 3,600. We are descending. I'm just going to bring these back a little bit. And I'm going to increase our descent rate as well. Alright, beautiful. Okay, I might actually even increase our descent rate even more than that, I think. Beautiful. Beautiful. Still maintaining the current heading, which is good. But we are descending. So our descent is happening. We'll just double check all of that. Descend to 3,600 feet. We're set for 3,600 feet.
Trans-Brazil 112 tree, please expedite your descent 3,600 feet.
Well, you could have. This is the problem with Microsoft. This is the problem with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Is it tends to give you descent instructions way too late. So. Which we probably should have. I should have sort of preempted, but we'll be okay. We will be okay. So I'm just going to slow down the. Just going to definitely slow down the RPM on that, just to keep us moving a little bit slower. If I can get into the white, I will probably slow us down a little bit more as well by throwing us a little bit of some flaps. But at the moment, we are descending at a rate of, what are we sitting at? We're only going 150 feet. So let's actually increase that to that. Will be fine. That will be fine. Bring him down there. We'll just keep our eye on our speed. And landing lights on. Okay, lovely. So we're going to fly in, and as far as I'm aware, they will give us vectors. So we just drop back to there and drop back to the map right there and zoom in there. Then we should get vectors to head up to on our approach. So should actually come past and then turn north, as far as I am aware. As far as I am aware. Alright, we're coming in on the coast. If you ever want to swim with a great white shark or go into a cage with a great white shark, Port Lincoln is the place to do it. Massive great white sharks out here. Just a little bit of information for you there. Okay, we're at 7,300 feet. We're dropping below 7,000 feet. We are dropping to 3,600. So we're going to start reducing our descent soon. Just make sure that everything is okay. All the engines are okay. Everything is okay. Everything is in the green. I'm going to start to slow down. Probably around, slow our descent, probably around 4,500 feet maybe. We'll reduce our descent rate. But at this particular point in time, everything is okay. So we're hitting 5,500 feet. At least it's a lovely day to be flying out here. A lovely day to be flying. I wonder whether you can see any of the fishing boats out or anything. Probably could if you had a good squiz around here, I reckon. Okay, 4,800. Let's reduce our vertical speed. There we go, lovely. And up we go. Up we go a little bit more. About 100 feet per minute. Should be okay. I am expecting vectors at any particular point in time. I am going to turn that off, and I am going to hit our heading. I have whoa, Microsoft. 3,900. I have set our heading on the radial there, so we are okay there. Okay, we're going to set the auto feather to on. I'm not sure whether they're going to get me to do the procedure. I am assuming that they will get me to do that procedure. And up, 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 up. There we go. Probably a little bit below what we're supposed to be at. Bring that up a little bit. Bring our throttle up. And bring our prop RPM up. Excellent. Thank you. And any further instructions? Approach clearance. Okay.
Trans-Brazil 112 tree.
Alright, so it wants us to tune to traffic, which we can do. Let's announce our position there.
Yankee Papa Lima Charlie traffic Trans-Brazil 112 tree 16 miles southeast inbound Arnav Zulu runway 19er.
Okay, for some reason it will not load the approach. It will not load the approach, so let's see, message. It keeps saying approach is not active, but it is set to active. So Port Lincoln, waypoint info, procedures, RNAV load approach, and it's still saying that the approach is not active. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to do a manual one on this, guys. We are flying over the runway at the moment, so we're going to bring ourselves around, and we're basically flying directly over the runway. So I'm going to slow the aircraft down, and I'm going to disengage the autopilot as soon as I get that set. Bring the airspeed down. Autopilot disengaged. And we will manually fly this in. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to actually slow the aircraft down a little bit. Just going to trim us out a little bit so that we can get a little bit of... there we go, that's okay. going to throw in a stage of flaps there as well. Now that we're in the white, beautiful. And I'm also going to trim to suit those flaps. Lovely. All right, perfect. I also want to go in a little bit. There we go. So we need to basically turn around and head at 19 degrees. So if we just run that around to 19 degrees, 190 degrees, Simi, which is about there. Okay, perfect. And we'll just monitor what's going on. Okie dokie. Coming in, we know that our landing lights are on. It's going to give it a little bit of throttle. And just look over the nose just a little bit as well. A little bit more speed. So I wasn't planning on doing a completely manual approach. Was planning on doing the RNAV, but for some reason it wouldn't load it into the GPS there. So strangely enough, I don't know why. I don't know why. Round we come. We'll set everything up for a nice little landing there. Coming in on runway 19, which is basically directly in that direction, but the airport is actually over here, so let's drop that down a little bit. Going to give ourselves another set of flaps. I'm also going to bring this up, and we're going to announce our position.
Yankee Papa Lima Charlie traffic trans Brazil 112 tree 5 miles north inbound RNAV Zulu runway 19er.
Beautiful, beautiful. I do apologize. I might even, just for the sake of this video, I might even call final.
Yankee Papa Lima Charlie traffic trans Brazil 112 tree.
Just so that we can get all of that out of the way. Come on, don't have a spasm. All right, lovely. Just want to check out the. I just want to check out the runway, which is basically there. So. Landing gear down. Auto feathers on. We're probably just a little bit high for this, but you got to remember, guys, it's been a long time since I've it's been a very, very, very long time since I've flown one of these aircraft. In fact, probably about 8 years. 8 years maybe. There we go. Okay, auto feather is on. We are coming in. Our flaps are down. Our landing gear is down. We just need to come into Port Lincoln down here and land this aircraft. And yeah, hopefully everything goes really, really, really well. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Okay, here we go. Coming in. We're probably a little bit high, just a little bit high, I would say. And probably lose a little bit more altitude. Hopefully this auto feather works very well for us. Down we come. Down we come. That's it. Now we are probably still a little bit high, still a little bit high. And in we come. A little bit of come on, give me a little bit of auto feather. Give me a little bit of auto feather. Try and keep that runway. And yep, everything is okay. Used up a little bit more of the runway than I actually would have liked to have used up, to be honest. But there you go, we are down anyway. Let's give this a little bit of a spin around. And in we go. Just drop our view down just a little bit. Give ourselves some flaps up now. We shall get off the runway and taxi ourselves in. All right. Well, if you manage to land, without killing anybody, then it's considered as a successful landing, right? Is that correct? Where are we going? We're going around here. All right, let's let everybody know. Let's just hold the aircraft up here. We're going to throw our landing lights off, our taxi lights on. We're also going to let everybody know that we are clear, but it doesn't give us the option to let everybody know that we are clear. So we shall taxi into parking, and then we'll be fine. We'll shut this little beast down, and hopefully the passengers have enjoyed that flight, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed that flight as well. It's been interesting. I probably should have done a test flight in this beforehand, to be honest. Like I should have done a test flight in this beforehand, but to be honest, just get into it. Just get into it and do it. Isn't that what they say? Get into it and do it. Where are we going to park? Do we have any parking here? Might actually just pop my head up again. There we go. Lovely. Probably have to park over here, I would say. Seeing as how he has parked in our location, actually what we might do, and what they would normally do in this situation, as they do, is to spin the aircraft around here, like so. Go hard right, hard left, sorry, a little bit of left toe. They would normally spin it around like that, and set the parking brake. Parking brake is on. Beautiful. Everything else is looking okay. Let's drop ourselves down and let's kill the right. Lovely. Make sure that everything is going off there all right, and we'll kill the left as well. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right, oil. We should get a left oil in a sec as well. Okay, next thing that we need to do is make sure that everything here is off. Inertial separation is off. Inverters off. Generators off as well. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you may now kiss the bride. Kiss the pilot. Kiss the pilot. Don't kiss the bride. Kiss the pilot. All right, beautiful. Perfect. Everything is looking good there. That is all good. That is all good as well. I hope you have. I hope you guys have enjoyed checking this one out. It is a. It's actually. It's quite a good. It is a good aircraft. It's a fantastic aircraft actually. We'll turn those lights off as well, and turn our master battery off as oh actually we need to turn our transponder off. Where is our on off for our transponder? I can't find it. It'll turn off anyway. It'll turn off right there. It was right there anyway. Perfect. Yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's definitely well worth if you're interested in flying this type of aircraft and doing smaller passenger runs like this, then it is definitely worth having a look at this. It is the Embraer 110 by Nextgen Simulations. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope this doesn't turn out to be a really long video, and if it does and you have watched the whole thing, then I appreciate that very much. I will see you guys next time.